Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and boy, let me tell you, if you think Arizona doesn't get cold, you're wrong. Now, I'm not talking about like snow or anything, but it's rainy, it's cold today, a perfect day just to sit inside and binge watch a good anime, and it's even cold in the house, so I'm wearing a jacket, it's that cold. It's kind of funny because it's like the opposite of what you expect Arizona to be. It's actually really cold here today for some reason. But anyway, today we are going to be talking about Attack on Titan. So, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the series. What I'm going to be doing for the rest of the series, unless there's a new, maybe there's a new trailer out, or maybe there's a new intro or something, I'll do reactions to that, but most of the time, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing these short little reviews. Today we are going to be reviewing 4 episodes, 1 through 4, and then the next couple of videos I am just going to be reviewing 2 episodes at a time, binge watching all of the show. I'm probably going to watch most of what I missed. For now, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and those are the first 2 that I'm going to talk about right now. And then I'm going to stop the video, go watch episode 3 and 4, then talk about it, and then review and stuff like that. So, let me go ahead and get started, shall we? So, I hope you guys do like Attack on Titan. For me, and this is just me, again, this is all my personal opinion, so please don't get offended by it, but Attack on Titan is generally not my type of show. I mean, I like good shows, and this show has some of the best animation out there, definitely. But I kind of don't like the goriness of a show. I mean, blood's blood, but getting too gory, getting too scary, that's kind of the stuff that I don't like watching. Well, when you really get to shows that really just tests the morals of humanity, like this show does, I do like watching them, but they're never going to hit my favorite spot, you know? Just because I'm more of the guy that likes likes the hero stuff, like the main hero type of storyline, something similar to like My Hero Academia, for example, or Naruto, or Dragon Ball, or something like that. You know, where you have a defined main hero of a story, or a defined main villain of a story, like something like Code Geass, for example, because Code Geass, there's really no hero in Code Geass, it's all defined villains, really, is what it is, and that's something that, this show, you just simply don't know who to trust. You know to trust Eren, and you know to trust the main characters of the show. But other than that, you just don't know who to trust. And it actually brings a lot of fun to the show, which is something that I like. With that said, it's not my favorite time, basically, to watch the Japanese dub. Like, I only watch a Japanese English subtitle version of a show only if I'm like super into it and I cannot wait to see it. Like something like My Hero Academia. For this show, I'm just watching the English dub, guys, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe if I really get into it, I might start watching the Japanese, but for now, I am going to be talking about just the English dub, because that's all I've seen, and I want to say sorry to you, so many other people. I believe that the Japanese is, you know, the first one, it's the main one, and it should be revered as the main one, and I personally, I will watch an English dub to see if I'm into it. If I am, I will switch to the Japanese. I do believe that the Japanese is, you know, better than all the English dub. It's just, if I'm not into it, there's no point of wasting my time reading it when I can just sit back and watch it in my own language. So that's why I'm watching it in English. When it comes to Attack on Titan, boy, did this season start off with kind of a bang, didn't it? So first off, we got Eren trying to go attack. Why did I say trying to go attack on Titan? Nope, he's not trying to go attack on Titan. He's just trying to go Titan form, and he's having a bit of trouble with it. But unfortunately, we can't pay much attention to that, as we find out that the priest has been killed, brutally murdered by the look of it. And look, they're trying to wipe away it, like saying it's nothing but a burglary gone wrong, right? Just some idiot trying to steal stuff and shot somebody, you know? Didn't know he was a priest or anything. The problem is, if that was the case, you don't send high-level up cops to soldiers, nonetheless, high-level up soldiers to a robbery gone wrong, okay? You might send your average cops or your average, in this world, military police. You don't send your high-efficient, high-level officers from the king himself. And because they are there, I mean, I get that it's a priest, but because they are there, it's obvious that they're trying to sweep something underneath the rug, saying it's just a robbery gone wrong, and being done with it. Fact is, we know better, and so does our guys. So, I can't remember her name, but the professor is what I like to call her. The professor figures out that they killed him, and that they need to do something. They need to get away. They need to save Eren before they get into more trouble. Unfortunately, it doesn't take long for them to get into more trouble. As a blast from the past, apparently Eren's father figure, a character, I can't remember his name, guys, but apparently this guy has some sort of relationship with, I said Eren before, I meant to say Levi, Captain Levi. Apparently somebody from Levi's past is now following them, and this guy is just an absolute crazy monster, ready to kill with no remorse for it. And he's just after them, which leads into episode 2 as they're trying to get away. They make a couple deals. While all of this is going on, we have this really interesting scene where Armin has got to be, out of all of the characters on the show, never become my favorite characters. The only character I would say I actually like is Armin, because he just seems like such a, I don't know how I want to say this, such a Boy Scout kind of character, such a free-spirited, you know, clean hands type of character. Well, not anymore. He got his hands dirty. He got his hands bloody. He shot the villain, but the villain wasn't a Titan. A villain was a human being. So I like the fact that in this episode, not only does he kill her to protect his friends, but his own morals are kind of being questioned, and he's kind of questioning them himself, and he's recognizing himself as a bad guy, basically. So I don't know, I just find what they're doing with Armin's character very interesting. I think out of all of the characters, Armin is probably, no, most definitely my favorite character when it comes to the entire show. Just because of the way he acts. He just seems like just like a good kid, you know, caught in what is definitely some of the most deadliest, scariest scenes of a war movie you could ever experience. And I'm just happy I would never have to go through what Armin has to go through. as for episode 1 and 2, yep, that is my review. Let me now go watch episode 3 and 4. I know, I should talk more about, the whole secret society stuff going on in the show, but the fact is, I don't know much of the secret society stuff. We don't know much of the secret society stuff going on right now. So, we're just getting glimpse here and there of the priest and the church, what they call it, the Church of the Walls? I don't know, it's really, really interesting. The story that they set up and the world building that they set up is really, really cool, and I can't wait to know more. So, let me go watch episode 3 and 4, and then I'll do another short review here in a second. Please stand by. Oh my god. Okay, so I know I said I was going to do episode 4 as well, but guess what? I can't do episode 4 now because there was so much information in this last video, this last episode, that I want to go through it and also talk about my thoughts about it. And I'm not going to get to episode 4 in this video. So, in next week's video, we'll talk about episode 4, 5, and 6. This time, I gotta talk about episode 3. Let's get into this. So, it turns out that Historia, remember the very, very sad story of Historia? How her mom never really even thought of her as a daughter, wished that she was never born, didn't want her, didn't interact with her, and the only interaction that she ever truly had with her was when she went to go hug her mom, and all she did was push her away, only to, at the end, have her mom killed, and her father convinced the guys that killed her to send her far away, never ever to come into the spotlight again. Yeah, you guys remember that sad story? We got a little bit of a recap in the beginning of that sad story. And it turns out that the noble Rice family, which of course she is part of, her dad is Mr. Rice, the king is a fake. The true heir to the kingdom, the true heir to the land, turns out to be the Rice family. None other than Hysteria. Hysteria is going to be the queen, or at least should be the queen of the land. And it's been this big secret. That's what everyone's been hiding about. That's what the priests know. That's what everybody knows. Everyone doesn't want everybody to know that the king is really just there. I bet you I know what's going on. I'm not 100% certain, but I bet the king we all know and love, really, I bet the king we all know is actually supposed to be there as a figurehead, as a protector, if you will, of the true king. And the true king is probably someone related to, of course, if it's not Mr. Rice, then it's someone related to Mr. Rice. And they're probably just ruling the kingdom in the shadows, protecting themselves, as the other guy, the fake king, is just kind of a figurehead, so to speak. You know, it's very much like politics in real life. You know, no one wants to really admit it, but everyone, everywhere, even the United States, it's all ruled by the shadows. What you see in the light is a glimpse of who really rules the world. I mean, yes, the president rules America, Trump rules America, but how much does the president rule? Think about that. There's always somebody in the shadows. especially when it comes to politics. And the way they're using that in this story is quite amazing. Never in a million years would I guess that that was a story I was going to. And again, I could be completely wrong. It could also be that the figurehead, the king, is actually like the actual king, like he's ruling over it, as a villain, so to speak, trying to rule over the kingdom and trying to keep the real king, which is the Rice family, down and under from ever rising up to the throne again. That could be it too. I have no idea. But this is a very interesting story. And if it got out, if the people knew who the real king was, who the real royal family was, oh boy, it would just mess everything up. And that's why Hysteria and Eren was of course brought to Mr. Rice. Now, as much as this is all interesting, and it really is, I'm really more fascinated in knowing on how this, what does this really have to do with Eren? Now, I'm not saying Eren is related to the royal family, but what does the royal family know about the Titans? Of course not Hysteria, but what does the royal family know about the Titans? What do they know about Eren that Eren doesn't know? We simply don't know. What could be in that basement? We simply don't know what could be in Eren's old basement. We know he's got the key, but what could be in that basement? Could what was in that basement be like some sort of scroll or book showing more information about the Titans and about, of course, the royal family? Are the royal family the Titans? That's my own little theory. Could the royal family be related to the Titans? No idea, but how messed up would that be? And of course, we got that little side story. Not a side story, it is very important. But it turns out that the commander of our force, of the scout regiment, was talking to I can't remember any of the guys' names, guys. I am so sorry, I'm terrible at this, but he was talking about when he was a kid, he asked a question to his father, and his father told him a little theory of his. The theory goes that 100 and something years ago, when they rose the walls and the kingdom took over, that it is possible the king actually did something with everyone's minds to make them all forget the true story of how the Titans came to be. What could their story be? What could their history truly be? Whatever they're being taught in school is not the full story. You know, that's just a fact. It even happens here in America. Real life, you never really... What you learn in the history books are the silent, brief stories, but you never learn what truly happens unless you start studying it yourself. And I'm pretty sure that as the story goes on, we're going to know more information about what the Titans really are, and how they all are related to the king. I'm thinking the king might have been, maybe not related, but might have had something to do with the rise of the Titans. Could that be? Of course, that was 100-something odd years ago. But we need to know that history. And it's going to be fun finding out that history. And I can't wait for more. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the history that we have? And what do you think could be the true story of Attack on Titan? Thank you guys for watching. I know there's so much more I could go into, but that's what I really wanted to get into. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Bye.